Hey everybody, and welcome back to episode 3 of Space Engineers Quest for Peace. Hey, yeah, hi, we're back. Look at it, this beautiful valley with the sun shining. So much better than what the weather's been in the last little bit. Last episode, just for a quick recap, we starved to death. So, yep, that happened. Mostly because we ran out of food. But fortunately, we came across this lovely little station here where we kind of settled in for a little bit to get some much needed repairs done. But more importantly, where I could set up some algae farms. And I was here for a while and I kind of got a little carried away. So yeah, having access to a full assembler and I put in the basic refinery there, it allowed me to build these algae farms and even to try a little experiment here. So these guys are solar activated, so I figured what else is solar activated? Well, solar panels. Well, what do we do with solar panels? Well, we use turret controllers to aim them at the sun to maximize the amount of algae coming out. So yes, I'm thinking for the next little bit my food worries are over. In fact, now that the weather had cleared, I had managed to actually get out and do some scouting. Found some fruits and veggies. I also managed to find some ores, which means I have now upgraded my tools. So if we have a quick look here, you can see I found some silver. This place gave me some platinum. And you can see here I got a little red pellets meal pack here, and I've got lots of kelp crisps. But yeah, so I've upgraded my tools because there was a container here that had some platinum in it, so I thought I'd best make some platinum. And that's right, I even have a full-size refinery and made myself a drill. So it looks like I'm homesteading here a little bit, but I am not. I just got myself ready to hit the road. I'm going to see if I got any more kelp ships going on in here. So you can see, yep, there's a few more kelp in there. But today, I'm heading out. I'm going to take my fruit with me, mostly because I can't make anything else with it. I've just got that left. I did make my little guys right here. Actually, what are those red pellets are? Yeah, so I need vegetables, which I don't have. So I've got my food. I've also done a little bit of work on the rover here, so I've added an O2H2 generator on the top. And on top of the horizontal thrusters, so the ones that lift me up, I've also put on some forward thrusters as well as some side thrusters here. I don't have any back reverse thrusters, but that's okay. We can spin and turn. I'm not planning on using the thrusters a lot because they're really, really hard on the battery. And I'd like to make sure I don't, stop moving. I may have an O2 generator, but I do not have a hydrogen engine. Speaking of moving, that's what we're up to today. So spending enough time here, I've kind of come to the conclusion of where I am on the planet. And I think I'm reasonably far north because the sun is straight down, you can see, is to the south. And it basically travels along that south path. So I want to head more south, try to get to the equatorial band a little bit, and see if I can't find myself a nice lake. Also leading me that direction is I still want to get to that station, so I'd really like to kind of set up near there. So pretty much that's what we're going to do here. I'm going to make sure my truck or the rover is fully loaded here. I'm essentially going to grind all of these guys down now, put them into my storage container here so I have them ready to go. So if I need to stop again for some food, I can quickly set these guys up and and keep myself alive. I'm going to pretty much just leave everything else here. It doesn't matter. It's done what it needed to do, and I'm going to count myself lucky having found it. All right, so let's get to work grinding these guys down, and let's get the truck ready to go. Okay, so that is everything torn down, and that is a rover that is absolutely stuffed to the gills. So yeah, I think we're ready to go. Just gonna do one more quick top off on my hydrogen bottle on this tank, if there's anything left in there. And whoop, and down. I mean, it seems ironic that I'm using the hydrogen to go check the hydrogen tank. All right, let's get in here. I'm gonna drop my bottle in just to see if I can get anything else out of it. There we go, full up. So got both tanks filled. Got a bunch of ammunition, got myself some weapons, got my tools, got my gun. Am I forgetting anything? Probably. But you know what? That doesn't matter. Let's actually shut this place down. Let's go refinery. We're going to turn off these guys. Yeah, I did end up building a refinery. Again, it doesn't cost me any because I just used what was in situ, and we're going to turn off that assembler. And yeah, we're going to leave our base. We're going to leave our little temporary sanctuary and continue on our merry little way. So let's hit the road and see what's available. Oop, I need to eat some chips here first, or eat some food. So I'm going to pop that down the old gullet. Oop, I only want to... Where did that go? What do I do with my food? Looks like I ate it, so I'm gonna let my food stats come up now, and hopefully we don't destroy the vehicle. Okay, so I think the best way out of here so far is gonna be heading in this direction. Like I said, I'm gonna minimize the use of the thrusters. I may have a lot of thruster coverage, but that does take up a lot of power, and I kept forgetting to put the thing on recharge, so I've only got 75% juice in the battery. Lots of time on wheels, not so much on thruster power. Okay, so heading south, go to third person here and see if we can't get ourselves out of here. All right, of course, as we're moving along, if we come across any of these nice little food bushes here, we are absolutely going to pick them. Okay, just had a moment's panic because I'm obviously not used to it yet, but for God's sakes, I thought that rain were tracers. Okay, so I'm on course here for that station and getting closer. So far the drive's been pretty good. We've been driving for a couple of minutes here. But looking at that ridge ahead of us, it looks like, oh, yeah, gold and silver. I'm passing through all this awesome ore here that I really can't stop and do anything about, so I'm gonna pretend I didn't see him. Ooh! Ow. Maybe I should watch my speed. Okay, maybe getting a little fast here. I'm just gonna bring it back a touch. Especially in these weather conditions. Okay, I'm gonna try and go through here. Again, I don't want to use my thrusters just to protect that battery as long as possible, and at least until I can find another way station on the way. Right now we're like 7K away from where we were. And we're making pretty good time. So things are going along pretty smoothly here. We got a boulder. Let's try not to... Is that a boulder? Yep, there's a lovely boulder there. My goodness, that's a big-ass boulder. It's bigger than my rover. And full of nickel. Well, I've actually got some pretty good ore in here. So I managed to pull most of the ore from that base. So I got lots of cobalt, got good size of magnesium, got my silica, got some nickel, got some iron. I left a lot of iron, probably didn't need to bring that much nickel, but I was pretty much just vacuuming everything up. Lots and lots of magnesium and cobalt. Iron is pretty straightforward to gather. I mean, the survival kit, it's mostly iron you get out of the dirt. What's a little hand mining, especially now that I've got a more advanced tool. I'm going to eat another kelp crisp here. and bring my health up, stats up a little bit more. My buffs are slowly coming back. They're now back up to full. So it was about 3 full day cycles I had to spend back there to build up my supplies. And we're going to see how fast I can go through them. There was no algae, I don't think. I might have left a few bottles of algae back there, but it is what it is. Oh, there's something over there. Maybe I should probably watch the impulsive turns. Oh, it looks like I maybe have 2 bushes here. Could it possibly be? Yeah, it looks like I got 2 bushes here. All right, so we're gonna set our handbrake. Let's see what we got on this one. We got some more fruit. And over here, got some more fruit. All right. Definitely starting to get better at spotting them, even in the inclement weather here. So that's the way I came from. So we want to probably, ouch. I think I want to keep heading that way, which is again still towards that station. So back on course. And get on the road again. Pack my cargo on the road again. Got some berries and some algae in my face. I'm not gonna starve again. Oh, look at that. Getting some more here. Grasslands are good for food. Okay, get some more fruit. Do we get more fruit? Yep, we got more fruit. Could use some veggies. Could also use some mushrooms. Could also use some grain. I do want to find all of them because that is how I'm going to get my seeds. So, like I say, my big overall plan is to basically set up a mega farm of some kind. And what I'm basically thinking, at least to start off with, I mean, it's not like they're real, I'm going to be going into the market or something like here, but as I want to set up about 25 of each crop. And to do so, I am going to need the seeds. But like I say, once you have one, every seed that you plant in a new farm plant gives you 2 plants. So one plant will give you 2 plants, which will give you then 2 seeds, because one plant gives you 1 seed. And this is all done in the food processor. You go into the food processor. There's a production tab, so just like on your assembler, different location, but same principle. And you order up seeds, and each bag of seeds, then 1 bag of seeds per farm plot, requires 1 plant. And that 1 plant, my God, look at all the frickin' food. And that 1 plant will give you 2 plants. So that 1 planted, that 1 farm plot will give you 2 plants. And from that 2 plants, you can then extract 2 seeds. And then if you take those 2 seeds, put them in farm plots, you will then have 4 plants. 4 plants can be turned into more fruit. Can be turned into more fruit, but that's not what I was commenting on. Can then be turned into 4 seeds, which can then be planted, which will again give you 8 plants. So you can see that very quickly you can indeed get your stocking or stock up of the food. And then, at that point, it's just a matter of maintaining a good seed amount. Okay, so I noticed that we can probably get through up here. We got a nice little route. And I'm going to reiterate, probably ad nauseum, that I really, really want to conserve this battery power as much as possible. So you can see I'm under full acceleration. I got 3 hours of thrust this way. I'm going to flip on my thrusters. Actually, hang on a sec. Let's turn the thrusters off. Too heavy for my thrusters? Ooh, yep, I have gotten too heavy, but 17 minutes. So yeah, definitely emergency thrusters. Hell, I can barely lift myself at this point. That's not good. I might want to throw something more on there. Yeah, I mean, look at my cargo. If you look down in the just above the toolbar there, that red line, that's my cargo. So yeah, build info will give you the breakdown of the storage of your vehicle, of whatever vehicle you're in, not just your personal one, and that means my vehicle is absolutely full, or just about. All right, well, we got more fruit. I might as well grab it. So we got our fruit there. We got another one over here. That's another fruit one. And then we got another one over here. Okay, so how many fruit does that mean I have? Turn-off steak, thank you. So I've got 16 fruit. That represents 16 seeds, which represents 32 plants. Yeah, so with just a little bit of infrastructure, that is actually a lot more than that. I think I don't really want to go any further without addressing my lack of lift here. Mostly if I hit the thruster button in panic, I'd like to actually be able to lift here. So I think what I'm going to do is slap a couple of more thrusters on. If I can. So if I put one there. Yep, these ones are going to be red. Like that. Try and get them welded up. And hopefully... Did I not bring my large steel tubes? Ooh. I didn't bring my large steel tubes, did I? Well, that was a stupid oversight on my part. Okay, good to know. Yeah. We'll just have to take it as it is. I mean, I can hold altitude, I just really hard to climb. I'm sure if I brought, yeah. 38,000. Yeah, I am getting pretty heavy here. Fortunately, the wheels seem to be doing okay. You know, climbing this nice steep-ass hill at a pretty good clip. I like the fact that we're heading into some green grass. Which means, hopefully, the road gets a lot smoother. Well, that didn't last long. Ooh, what do we got here? Alright, so we got a pretty gnarly looking valley here. We got craggies to the left of me. Got a way we can go through there. Which way do I want to go? So the station's that way. That's going towards the west. Let's use a little jetpacking here. So do I want to go up there and try to get to the top of this ridge? Or do I want to just kind of follow that valley? Because that opens up. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay down on the valley floor for now. Free fall! I'll just turn my dampers off. That way I can still steer myself. Whee! And stop. And bush. Nope. See, the color's wrong. Okay, so I think, yeah, I'm going to keep heading that way and see how that goes. All right, off the handbrake, and away we go. Avoiding whatever craggies might be hiding in the grass. So reports are that, speaking of craggies, that they have reworked the craggies on the Earth-like. In fact, that this is a whole new planet. In the latest update, in the Apex update, is that, yeah, they apparently not fixed, but they smoothed out the craggies without removing them. So because this is now a rover-centric start with this new rover pod, I think they took pity on us and realized that a lot of the terrain was absolutely impassable for a vehicle this size. Large speed vehicles, sure. Maybe something, small grid 5x5s, sure. But little 3x3s like this, not so good. So I think they kind of balanced it out a little bit more. Now, that doesn't mean they're not there. And I think they've also kind of moved them into places where you wouldn't be expecting them necessarily. Like into that green grass. That usually meant the terrain was pretty safe. But I'm seeing just as many craggies in there now as I have in anything else. All right, if this is fruit, I'm not stopping. I think I've got more than enough fruit. What I am looking for are veggies. I can't tell. I have to check. Because that is veggies. See, I was almost about to drive past them. But, well, you know what? I'm never going to get anywhere if I keep stopping, but I need to stop in case it's food. Nope, that's not the right color. Oh, that's mushrooms. I haven't seen those yet. So the mushrooms are a little bit harder to spot here. I am never going to get anywhere. What you're looking for is these logs. That's the mushroom carrier. I don't think that is. I'm going to confirm that is just a regular ass bush. Okay. And moving on. Let's roll. What do we got here? Is that just a bush? That is just a bush, so I'm going to keep driving. What about you? This is going to take me absolutely forever to get anywhere. That's a bush. A lot of stuttering in the game right now. I kept promising myself, no, I'm not going to stop. But what if? Is that fruit? Yeah, that's fruit, but you know what? I'm going to grab it anyway. Because I can at least eat the fruit if push comes to shove. Speaking of which, let's put down another crisp. And try to keep above that line. I'd like to be able to get a full meal in me, but that is what it is. That is going to have to wait until we stop moving. All right, getting lots of... Ooh, that was some good airtime. Let's go keep heading, trying to head towards the south. We are now 54 kilometers away from our target destination, which is great. So I'm kind of a mixed mind. I hope I don't come across a lake because I might be tempted to stop. And I don't want to yet. I am definitely still wanting to get closer to that station. Where's the sun? So, where is the sun? Hang on a sec. I want to see where the sun is on the horizon. So it is right there. So I'm using one of the HUD mods here. And that HUD mod lets you get local time. So that currently... I'm in the middle of the afternoon, and the sun is setting towards the west. Still pretty low on the horizon for, middle of the afternoon. I'm just really hoping my assumption about where I am on this planet pans out. But one thing I do know is that that station is that direction. That direction. So that's where I'm heading. At the very least, I want to be close to that station. Whether or not I can, sell my food there or not, which I'm kind of starting to think that maybe that's not part of the economy. I know you can buy food, but I kind of like using the economy, especially when it comes to acquisition contracts, because it's a really good way of earning money. I think my strength in space engineers is producing vast quantities of materials. That kind of comes from playing a lot of Satisfactory. Hey, green! Awesome. Which is all about, building stuff and building out resources and gathering resources and making materials. So in space engineers, I kind of have two strong approaches, is making spaceships. I enjoy making the spaceships. I may not, be the best designer. There are a lot of people that make prettier ones. But I have very functional, solid ships. They do what they're supposed to do, which is, provide me with whatever I need for what mission I'm doing. Whether I'm going to go in a combat mission, I build, decent combat ships. Whether I'm going to go into exploration, whatever it happens to be. The other thing, like I said, is then building infrastructure lines and gathering resources. So that, I would have to say, is my number one kind of strength. And yeah, I can usually generate some pretty good money because I tend to be a bit of a quote-unquote loot. That was something. Loot monkey, which means I will just make a bunch of crap whether I need it or not. You are absolutely nothing. What about you? Are you something? Yep, you are a veggie. I knew that one of you guys was something. Okay, I gotta keep paying attention to what the veggies look like, because I'm starting to get them now. Probably, which way do I want to go? Let's go this way and see what we find. Again, really hoping I get the hell out of this kind of terrain here. This is not fun. And it's not like I can fly, so just to remind why I don't fly, 16 minutes of airtime. 2 hours of driving time. And this is not even on thrust. This is me just holding altitude. So yeah, I gotta really watch that battery. I could have put another battery on this thing, but where? Batteries are heavy, and I'm already seriously overweight enough. What do we got here? More fruit. For a guy who said he's not going to worry about stopping for fruit anymore, I'm sure stopping for fruit a lot. But I now have representatives of all of the 4 found fruit. Algae are, of course, is your baseline. It's the only one that can actually be automated, really. That's the one thing about the farm plots, is that I can set up automated harvesting systems. Cool, coming into a nice little forest here. But what I can't do is set up automated planting or anything like that. Now, I'm a little wondering why I haven't come across any signals or anything in the last little while. It would be nice if I would come across a new way station, because I'd like to get these thrusters done and, grinding some stuff with some large steel tubes. I can't believe I drove off without my large steel tubes. I grabbed a bunch of grids. Could have probably left some of that nickel behind instead grabbed some of those steel tubes. Oh, I'm gonna pay for that for a while. And I figured that, yeah, just the 2 thrusters would do me just fine. All right, well, let's keep driving and see what we find. Okay, so this is a bit of a quandary. That's where I'm going, but it doesn't look great, so yeah, looks like we're gonna head to the right here. Maybe I should pull my camera a little bit more. And yeah. I really must say the terrain does feel different. Either I've never been up on this been in this region of the planet, or they really have completely and utterly worked this, because man, these mountains are pretty significant. And I also don't like the fact that it's heading into nighttime. I hope I didn't just drive past some wheat or grain. Maybe this is starting to look an awful lot like a bit of a box canyon here. And it is starting to look like, yep, it might be a dead end. I do not think there is a drivable way up, and I do not want to get too angled because it'll make me, if I do have to use the thrusters, it makes it a much harder takeoff. Where's that unknown signal? So the unknown signal is up there. I think I'm gonna have to do a thruster burn here. So activate the thrusters, try to lift, and try to use some forward thrust here. Oh, come on, go. 11 minutes. All right, now we're starting to get some speed up. I could have done this a little closer to the wall, but come on, you can do this, little fella. You got this. Uh-oh. Come on, up we go. A little bit more. This is gonna be good. Am I gaining any altitude? No. Come on. If I can just get to that spot right there. Oh my god, this is so ridiculous. Ooh, that's some nasty ass craggies. But if I can get my wheels underneath, maybe. No. Let's try that again. Let's try this again. Nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna be able to do it. Come on. Lift. Lift. Oh, I cannot be parked here for this long. Okay, I gotta do something very drastic here. Come on, give me my jetpack. I gotta get something under the wheels, get it supported. Quickly. Get some steel plate. That button. Come on, give me some steel plate here. Where's my steel plate? Oh, this is not going good here. There we go. Okay, I just want to get very quickly some support underneath this thing. There we go. And let's turn those off. Woo! Okay, so we're at a base camp. What I'm gonna need to do here is these guys are pretty much not giving me a lot of forward, but I'm gonna use his parts to give me this lift here. So I'm gonna see if this one more thruster will do it. I'm gonna need to add it to my group here. Oh my god, I am being so ridiculous with these here. But I gotta do it. Okay, so let's see what happens. Do I have enough lift now? Oh. How did that happen? Okay, thrusters on. And up. Okay, I have the lift. No forward, but can I get clear? Yes, I can get clear. And thrusters off. Thrusters on. Need to get a little bit higher. It's the weight. It's this heavy little ass bugger. Way to create your own drama, eh, guys? Holy jeez. But I am on the ground. Handbrake off. And safe. And oh, look at that. And we've got a location now. Okay, I'm gonna go get my steel plate. I can't really afford to leave. I don't even remember where I came up now. Okay, giant cliff face right here. There we go. And if you're wondering why these guys are red, it's because I am using the build color mod. So it just puts the selected color, which currently I have is active, as red. It just paints whatever you build your framework in the same color, so it makes it a little easier. Okay, so we have an MTEN Vanguard outpost. That sounds interesting. It could be dangerous, but I want to go see if I can find some steel tubes, and we're running out of daytime. Oh, I took down a tree. And see what we can see from there. So let's go have a look. I'm gonna keep my speed down here because I don't know if there's gonna be any craggies. There is something definitely to be said about first person and third person. Danger with third person is you lose touch with your vehicle's angles, speed. I find, yeah, it can be a little bit more dangerous. You get a better sense of driving when you're in first person. And as long as I keep heading in this direction, so we are definitely... Nope, that's just a regular bush. It's a lovely little forested region. And I'm hoping that we don't have to go back down in the valleys for a little while. And I think I may have to build a battery soon. Okay, so how far away? We're still 4K off. I'm hoping I don't have to go across a giant valley wall, because that would suck a little bit. But I am still heading... Yeah, I am still pretty much heading south. Which is good. What am I? 27. So we've made some good distance. That little MGNISI, that was a magnesium silicon nickel deposit I found way back at that other location. So yeah, we've made some good distance here. Where's our... So the IKM station, we're still getting closer. It's more now south-southeast. Now, I'm just going to drive past that bush. I am more interested in what's up on that hill and whether or not I can get up to it. It's only 3 kilometers away now. I've got a backup camera. Don't really have a forward-facing camera. What's this? Okay, I'm going to stop up here. I just picked up another signal. Is it this one here? So that was, yeah, SEC G32. SEC G32 is in that direction. Okay. Getting the handbrake off. I'm going to turn around here and see if I can't get my rear camera to give me an ID. At least until, I mean, I could just hop out and build a freaking camera. Can I see anything? No. Just kind of catching the top, but at least I can get to it. Okay. Should probably just put a camera up on here. Where can I put a camera? Let's see, camera 7. Put one there. Can't use, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to do it that way because I can't put a top mount because that's only a half block. I know I have computers because I know I grabbed a bunch of those. Oh, I guess I should take these out of here. All right, let's sample our camera. Let's pull the material. Yeah, got lots of those. And there we go. Okay, so we're gonna put the new camera right there. And yeah, I know I should name them. I know. Okay, handbrake off. And let's get there. Again, I'm not going to get super close. I like the fact that it's on the other side of that ridge. I have nothing on this rover here for defense. I built myself an MR30 rifle and a bunch of ammunition as well, as I do have my pistol. But I do not have anything on this, so I do not want it getting into a point where the rover is at risk. Yeah, so I can get right up to that ridge there. So I was just looking through the camera I just built there, and you can see there, yep. Making sure I don't drive over any craggies. I don't like the fact that this thing has a tactical alert going on right now. I mean, yeah, it is neutral. That doesn't mean that they're not going to mess my day. Okay, I think this is probably close enough for now. I'm going to give this thing just a name here, Rover. This is build vision here. Whoops. I'm using build vision to access the antenna, because I want to make sure that my antenna is transmitting. Okay, so I know where I'm going. Okay, let's get into there. So we got our rifle. Let's see, we got our SA-10. Yeah, coulda, shoulda. I thought I had everything under control, and no, I went and drove off without making a proper pistol. And anyway, I got a rifle. Off we go. Okay, so I'm gonna keep approaching the station cautiously here, and keeping very low, using the terrain as much as possible, and see how close we can get. Okay, that's the turret, and they don't like me already. Okay, boy. Let's get this thing out of here quickly, quickly, quick. Now, what else is up here? What do we got? Being really, really careful here. Let's get our rifle back out. Let's start trying to hack this place. Again, I know I'm pissing these guys off. Oh, that is a big-ass cannon. Well, that's why I didn't bring my rover, because that'd be shooting my little rover's ass right about now. I'm gonna grab some quick chips here just to tide me over. And yeah, I did the smart thing of bringing absolutely everything I own of value with me. All right, never mind. We are gonna keep on. Let's just move up. There is an vent controller. Yep, I'm gonna hack that. And go. Hopefully it stays hacked. That I'm not worried about that thing shooting me, because you know they're not going to waste a big ass artillery shell on me. And we'll just dump that stuff back in there. Okay, I'm gonna fly back. I need to empty my pockets here. Oh shit, something's shooting at me. Something is shooting at me. Okay. Amendment time. Big cannon will shoot at my little tiny ass. Alright, let's not bring the food with us. Do I have any storage anywhere? I got a little bit here. Okay, I'm going to top up my energy. I'm going to eat a bag of crisps. Well, it's definite that they don't like me now. Where did they go? Oh, I took their antennas off. Oops. I don't know where they are because I turned their antenna off. Okay, so again, I'm just going to approach very low. I'll skim the ground if I have to. There they are. Ow, not so high. Don't bounce off the ground. Alright, can I get underneath this thing? I'm going to take this guy out. Throw that stuff back in there. Now, I was getting shot by Gatling. There's a Gatling. Any other Gatling? There was nothing over here. What about this side? There's a Gatling. Okay, so got one. Is that the same one or a different one? Can't tell. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to scooch down here. See if I can't keep the corner. That's a quarter block. That's not helping me. Don't want to give him a clear shot at me. Is it just the one? Okay, so that is just one Gatling. Oh, look at me. Alright, I'm gonna stay on this side. Let's see if we can't gain some entry. Oh, don't fall. What is this place anyway? Oh, instead of grinding through a wall, looks like I should be able to go through here. There's Mr. Gatling gun. That's open. Okay, good to know. That is open. Oh, what do we got down here? What have we got down here? I'm gonna have to dump down anything. Stack that. What do you got? Oh, lots of goodies. Large steel tubes. Oh, got some gold. Let's take the computer thingy down. And let's grind this guy down. Anything good in there? Oh, I got some more prototech. And there's my large steel tube, so I can claim the grid. So I can get my thrusters finished building. And that's just some stuff in there. There's a battery there I'm going to have to hack. Actually, what would happen if I did that? I don't have a slow grinder on me. No, I don't. Actually, there was one right here. I'm going to grab one of these slow-ass grinders if I can. Oh, that's in an armory. What's in the barrel? Oh, rockets. Ooh. That's an armory. Grab the ammo. Make sure there's not a turret. Hack this guy. Not seeing any turrets. Anything in the bed? Oh, there is. What's I don't know who this new groups think they are, but this is our home. Whatever isn't bought, I'm using myself to bring them down. A couple of power kits. Oh, that's something I want to check. I've heard rumors that we can actually make med packs now for a reasonable cost. If that is true, that is kind of cool and exceedingly useful. Hey, Professor, this is to borrow, not to keep. I need to know what this thing I found is. Borrow, not keep. Okay. Got a defensive. I'm going to take this down. That's going to hopefully buy me some time with that. Let's get that other grinder on my toolbar. So we'll put that in 3. And we'll just take it down a little bit. Lost one. One in there. One in there. No. Okay, so that battery is down. I was hoping it would kill the power on the base, but it apparently didn't. What do we got down here? We got a bathroom, shower. Ooh, hostility. What's this? I don't know who this new group. Okay, I've already read that one. What's in there? Absolutely nothing. That's hacked. Of course, the base is still very much not mine yet, so we're gonna keep looking. Hack this down. I probably should have checked this before, but whose station am I going to? Okay, IGMK, not MT, whatever these guys are, because I think whatever trading potential I thought I might have had with these guys, he is gone now. I didn't mean to do that, but that's alright. I actually wanted to go through the floor here. Okay, so the reason I want to go through the floor is to try and have a lower assault on that Gatling turret. Oh, shoot. That's not good. Yeah, I'm leaving stuff everywhere. You know what? I've got cargo. There we do that. That's no 2. Let's just throw this stuff in that cargo container. You never know what you might want. It is my cargo container now. Oh boy. Okay. Can I take some shots? I mean, it is a Gatling gun. I don't know how well it'll stand up to little tiny rounds like this. Alright. I don't think this is doing me any good. Oh, there it goes. I popped it. Ah! Yay! That was a lot of rounds. Is there anything else up there? No. That is taking care of that. That's taking care of that. These guys are all ground down. Let's take the sensor down. Let's find an access panel and see where we stand on the ownership question here now. And control panel. Okay, so what do I still need to hack? That's incomplete, got it. There's an armory I probably need to hack. It was this here. It doesn't really have a hack line, but can I transfer the blocks? And no, still. Oh, there's a broadcast controller that I need to hack. And there's an event controller I need to hack. Need to hack the bed. Okay, well, let's just go around looking for things that we need to grind down and hack. There's a hack line, right? Yeah. One of these. Wilson, that's going. Here I need to get? No. Just need to find the broadcast stuff and what else? Nothing in there. I am not turning you on until I own this base. Oops. See if there's... Where are you guys? Oh, there we go. There's a broadcast controller.
Inventory full.
Throw that back in there. And let's see. You're on grid, right? Aha! There we go. That was the last thing. I can now safely assume this base is mine. This base is mine. All the stuff that you own now is mine. I own you all. I ground you down. And now you're all mine. Alright, I'm gonna go get my rover here. and wait out the storm. Now, again, I probably should try to remember where the hell they are. I don't know where they've gotten to. I don't. Where did... Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Okay, I can see it. This is what happens when you grind the antennas down and don't rebuild them after you've taken over a place. Okay, let's get the rover pulled up. I'm going to try and see if I can pull some power off of it, just setting up a quick connector, and then get the thruster situation here dealt with those lovely large steel tubes. Alright, we just need to pull up here. And back up. Let's go to third person so we can see what the heck we're doing. Let's see what we can do in this weather. You're hilarious. I should probably adjust those lights. Okay, so we're going to put a temporary connector right here. I do have lights back here, but apparently they're really low radius. Let's get these guys up to something a little bit more reasonable. Or at least one of them anyway. Nah, I'm going to do both. So we're going to do that. I'm going to hit insert page up. That's going to copy that stuff. Again, this is all build vision here. Now I can hold down the control key and hit page down, and that will paste those settings, and now I can see the wall. Again, all I want is just a basic connector here. Maybe actually I'm going to move it down here a little bit. That way I'm at about the right height. Sure. Let's grab the components that we need. Apparently I have power cells in here. What are you talking about? I'm sure I grabbed power cells. Did I not grab the power cells? I probably did not grab the power cells. Oof. Well, I'm gonna need some chips instead. Okay, don't care about that battery. This place is still generating power. Do you have an assembler on? No, you do not. Do you have any? What do you have? You've got nothing. You are literally a tiniest little useless outpost for me. Well, at the very least, you have some power generation that I can probably steal a little bit of. So we are gonna get ourselves lined up and get our backward... Get our reverse camera looking through. And there's the connector I'm trying to meet up with. I'm using the camera panning mod, just if you're wondering why I can move my camera and you guys can't. Yeah, it is a mod. I really got to make sure I put the mod list down there. I think I meant to do that in the description. Just so you can see what mods I'm using. Okay, let's get my battery onto recharge. Ooh, yeah, see, I'm down to 45% already, and that's not good. But I can get my thrusters done. And can you make me some power cells? No, I do need a basic assembler. Can I make a basic assembler on this place? Nope, don't care. All I'm going to do here is go look for those large steel tubes that I found. In fact, you are chock full of them. So I'm going to take all of your large steel tubes. We're going to put those in there. We're going to get you re-welded. And I think we're going to probably have to put a couple more forward thrust. Can I get the goodies? Let's lose all of that. Well, motors have you got? Oh, I got all the motors out of that. Can I get the motors out of this? Could I destroy them all?
Inventory full.
No, I did not. What am I working on? This guy. Okay, well, I'm gonna go grab a couple of more these sci-fi thrusters because they're the nicest. We're gonna put that one there, and then we're gonna see if we can't get this guy built up here. All right, what do you want? How many of these got? Okay. I do have the resources. I did bring the ore at the very least. So if I look at my production here, yeah, we're going to make the motors. It's just going to take a wee bit. Okay, just resample. Okay, so I got everything except the motors in there now, so I'm just waiting for them to come out, and they're just about all here. We'll get one more there. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Yes, you can. You can. And that should be that thruster. Nope, still missing two. I think I left some. I left my. Any motors in you? No, I think there were still some motors over here. Yep, there's 8 motors there, so we can grab those. I'm not going to rearm the place because why? And there we go. That's got that guy. I'm going to have to make sure I go through and add them to all the various groups. Need 8 more motors. Where can we find 8 more motors? Probably in the survival kit because they've been grinding for a little bit. Let's see if we got those 8 motors in here now. Nope. Still need 4 more, but nope, that was enough. Perfect. This thing is starting to look ridiculous. I understand it looks ridiculous. I am fully embracing its ridiculousness. Okay, thrusters. Thrusters. We added these 3 here, have to be added to the groups. There we go. And we'll just make sure they are turned off. And now we can wait out the night. For anything I need else from this place. I don't really have any room for any more resources. Yeah, I just need to drain my batteries and then we can hit the road again. And with that, guys, I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. It seems like we've made another way station point. So we still have that other signal off in there, but we'll investigate that when it becomes daylight. So I think for now, we don't really need to stay here much longer. There's not a lot going on. It's just making some motors and whatnot. Mostly I'm just here to get some power into my batteries, let those charge up. So we'll head off in that other direction there. I think I'm probably gonna have to figure out where I'm gonna put a battery, but yeah, I can't make any power cells, so maybe that other camp there will have some power cells in it. Either way, I hope we're not gonna run into more difficulty with the landscape that we did today, but that is gonna be next time. For today, guys, thanks a lot. If you like what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscription button. If you're watching this on a Friday, hey, you know what? There's a little join button down below there. You hit that, you join get yourself a membership, and you get to watch these on the Monday beforehand. So, you know, a full 5 days in advance. But until next time, guys, I want you to be safe out there. I want you to be good out there. And I want you all to have a great day. Until next time, bye-bye.